We're going to start the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Jeff Kamen. Then we'll open it up to questions for Coach from the media.
Woo. We haven't been on a losing streak, so it feels good to get back to, playing our type of basketball. Win or lose, I felt like we were us tonight, and it's a long season. It's part of it. You look around the country, it happens. You get in conference and, sometimes you don't play well and things don't work out, but I couldn't be more proud of our young ladies' effort and their ability to respond to adversity. They showed their character tonight, and obviously we're a good team, but, you have to, it takes more than just being skilled, to win basketball games and talented. You need the gritty, intangible things that we've been doing all year. And for some reason, we haven't been doing them the last couple of games, but I'm really proud of the way we competed and dug down. Even when we got down, you just saw the heart and the character of these young ladies. It has nothing to do with coaching. I'm sure people would agree with that, and I'm okay with that. I have a really good, group of young ladies, and I couldn't be more proud of the way they responded tonight. So,
Question.
Hi, Coach Cam. Rigo Carbajal with 22 West.
Yes, sir.
So you did mention the adversity. I do want to ask you about that in terms of being down 9, heading into that fourth quarter. What was the biggest change that really allowed you to cut into that deficit?
No, I think we just continued to chop away. We stayed the course. I thought we got good looks at the rim, and they just weren't falling. I thought the game was a little choppy because of the fouls that were being called early in that third quarter. But just throughout the game, we got down, we fought back. We got down, we fought back. I thought we strung together stops, that's who we are, right? We defend at a high level, and I thought we were able to mix up our defenses and execute on that end of the floor and get out in transition and put pressure on them early. So I thought defensively we kind of clamped down a little bit more and strung together stop after stop, which they were hot. They went 6 for 9 in the first quarter, and they shoot the three well, but man, at our place, they love the pyramid. They shot the ball real well. So we thought, at some point maybe they would cool off, and they did in the second half. They hit some shots, but they struggled from the three more so than they did in the first half. So I thought defensively, and then our shots started to fall. We started to be a little more aggressive at getting downhill like we did earlier in the game. And I thought it allowed us to get to the free throw line, allowed us to get some pretty good opportunities on the offensive end. So I thought that was a difference.
And as you mentioned earlier, 2-game losing streak, you guys are not accustomed to losing streaks. I know that the turnover situation was an issue last game. What do you think that's going to – going forward, do you think that should change a little bit much in terms of just protecting the ball a little bit more? I know there was 20 turnovers today. And as for last game, I believe it was a little bit over 20. So you think that can definitely change early on in the first half?
Yeah, today we only had 13. We forced them into 20. And
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and we forced Northridge into 24. But as you said, we turned it over way too much last game. I thought this game, earlier in the game, we turned it over probably a little too much. We want to be under 10. I think, we have the guard play and the experience and maturity, to take care of the basketball a little bit better, on the offensive end. So for sure, I thought that, like the first game against Northridge, the turnovers killed us, and they led into direct points. Not as much as the first game, second game with Northridge, but, we definitely can't afford to turn the ball over, especially when one of our advantages is turning people over, where we can get extra possessions. Tonight they had 42 shots, 56. That's typically where we are, but we can't do that if we can't take advantage of that if we're also turning the ball over. And so like you said, last game we had 24 turnovers. Northridge did a good job, and I think that makes us better. Obviously you don't want to lose, but it's something that, you want to get better from. And they do some things that, that bother us a little bit, and we just have to get better, and I thought it made us better for tonight.
Yeah, looking at the score sheet, I called the game, of course, and I'm like, they couldn't have turned over the ball that much today. I know it was a cleaner game, so you're right on that point. But that's all for me. Thank you.
No problem.
Coach, congrats on the win. Just
Thank
real
you.
quick, you're down to your final 4 games in this crazy Big West stretch. Now that you've kind of come back home and seem to have figured things out, what do you need to do with the girls to make sure you guys set yourself up for a nice little spot in the Big West tournament as we come to the end of the regular season and prep for March?
Yeah, we talked to the young ladies in the locker room, and you know, it's tough. You know, this is the first time in our program's history since I've been here where we've been in this position. You know, last year we went on a 10-game stretch. You know, we lost, 6 or 7 in a row, but we still came in 3rd place. We finished higher than we ever finished. Now this year we're in a position to finish top 3, which we feel like we should be 1, But it's tough to really sustain and learn how to sustain success winning basketball games. And our young ladies are learning. And as a staff, we're learning how to make sure that we stay focused and continue to do the things that have gotten us here. And I thought we maybe got away from that a little bit. I don't think we approached it. I think we're worrying about the standings as opposed to just focus on one game at a time. So it's our job to keep them focused, okay, and keep them concentrating on the things that have gotten us here, to continue to build on our good habits and to continue to try to limit the bad habits that we have and just play with the type of grit and character that we've, grown accustomed to. And again, for some reason, we got outside of that. But, it's a long season. And you go through the highs and lows, and that's part of it. Everybody's going through it. So I think to be fresh, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? Okay, if we can stay fresh as we, because you really want to be playing your best basketball by the end of the year, And, I thought tonight, even though we're not operating all cylinders, but we competed for 40 minutes. And our young ladies played with confidence that they're accustomed to. So I think just, building them up and letting them know how great they are, but at the same time, preparing at a high level and focusing on one game at a time. And, we'll worry about the tournament when we get there. And right now, we got to, enjoy this victory, but get ready for San Diego, and then get ready for Irvine and not get ahead of ourselves because, you miss things when you start getting ahead of yourself, right? We got to respect our opponent and respect the game. And, it's a learning experience for our staff, a learning experience for our young ladies in our program. And, it's only going to make us better. So I think just keeping them focused and one game at a time, and I think, let the chips fall where they may at that point.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.